This is Shine Valentine. Back today again with a new episode. Today's episode, I want to do a video for one of my subscribers. Shout out to you. I'm not going to say his name, but he wanted me to do this video, and I have to do another video for him too that he had a question about. I want to read the email. I hope he's okay with that. I'm not going to say his name because I think this question was really cool and I really want to address it. So he writes, lately I've been wondering if women thirst over men just as much as men thirst over women. I'm not sure if females are more discreet about it or not. I know that you say that a lot of your female friends sit around and talk about their boyfriends, which some of them do. As a man myself, I know if I'm hanging with a group of friends and we see a fine female, we're going to talk about her. I have noticed that if a group of men see an attractive female, they are more likely to all agree that that particular female is desirable. But in reverse, I rarely see a whole group of females all agree that one particular man is attractive. I was wondering if you could do a video because I wanted to know if females gossip about physically attractive men. So I think I'm going to title this video, Do Females Gossip About Physically Attractive Men? Now, let me answer that right now. Yes. Hell yes. Okay. I could give maybe a dozen examples. One quick example. I started this one job years ago and a lady was doing the new hire orientation. This was my first time meeting this woman in my life. After she did the orientation, we were just in there together. She literally, on her phone, she showed me pictures of her dude. And he was nice looking. And she showed me the pictures of him because she knew he was nice looking. I said, oh, girl, you look good. Women, we do this all the time. I had another friend. We all had went out for dinner. And I think she was working with a personal trainer. And she showed me a picture of him, and he was quite muscular. And now I didn't really like how his face looked, but his body was nice, but he didn't really do it for me like that. He didn't have any facial hair and I don't know. Anyway, and she's like, oh, look at him. And I was like, oh, he's cool or whatever. So what women do, this is what we do. Some of us, I ain't gonna say all, okay. We might, if we're out with our girls, we'll point out a handsome guy. So, oh, look at him. Another girl look at him like, yeah, girl, he looks good. Or a lot of times women will show you pictures of a guy that they have a crush on, that they know looks good, or that they feel other women will find attractive, or just that they find us attractive. But they usually don't show you a picture of a guy that they feel other women won't drool over, because see, it's two levels to this, okay? And then also, before I get deeper into this subject, any women who want to comment, please comment below and just talk about how you view this, as far as, because I can't speak for every woman. I can't speak for every female, but I'm just going based upon how I am, other women, and just how I have noticed women do things. But all of us aren't the same, but we generally do kind of behave the same. But any woman who disagree with what I'm saying, or you do things differently, comment below and let him know. So it's a couple levels to this. So let's talk about the basic level. Yes, if there's a group of women out, they're at a club, they're at a lounge, a handsome guy walks past, or if they work together and a new guy starts, or they're new and the guy who already works there is handsome, they might say, oh, you know John, he's cute, ain't he? Yeah, they talk about, yes. One job I had, literally, I'm not making this up, four of us women sat close by each other. The woman that sat right next to me, she was married. She kept telling me about some guy that worked there that was handsome. Then they actually went on a computer and pulled up his picture. Then they called him over there. It was like, girl, he look good. They said, these pictures don't do him justice. You need to meet him. And they called him over there. Called him at his office. And I don't know. And called him over there. Okay. So women, they do that. All right. Now, the other level to this is, because you mentioned, well, if there's a group of guys and a female walks past and she's fine, they all talk about her and they all basically agree that she's pretty. And with women, they seem to not all agree if one particular guy is attractive. Well, That's a good point you're making. For the most part, I'm gonna be honest with you. If the guy is muscular, not every woman likes a muscular guy, but just generally, I'm just gonna generalize here. I don't know one woman that, if I was to present her with a guy who's taller than her and that's muscular, not like a bodybuilder, but that's fit with a decent looking face, I don't think she'd say he's ugly. I'm just gonna be honest with you. So if the guy's muscular, not too muscular, you know, when a guy is so muscular where it looks like he can't put his arms down, I'm not talking about that type. I'm just saying, like, okay, prime example, Killmonger off of Black Panther. Okay, his physique, I don't think any woman, most heterosexual women I know, regardless of race or whatever, would like his physique. Okay, so his height in that movie, he looked about 6 feet in that movie. So his height with that body type, if I showed a picture of him and his facial features to a woman, most likely she's going to say at the very least she likes his body. Okay, and now I'm not saying every woman's going to agree. Now, some women do have a different level of taste, but the reason why I think most men will mainly agree that the woman's fine, I don't know. I don't think men's standards are as high. I think, okay, because when you say a fine woman, what's your definition of a fine woman? If it's 10 of you guys sitting there talking, a nice looking woman walks past, okay, and you all are saying she looks good, you're probably going based on her body type, her face looks decent, and like I said, it don't really take men, in order for a man to get turned on, in my opinion, it doesn't take much. The woman doesn't have to like a model. Okay, but on the contrary, the reason why women sometimes don't agree with if a guy's handsome, because women, we're more picky. We're hands down more picky. Okay, that's just the bottom line of it. And so one woman could think a guy's super fine and the other woman could say, oh, he's just average. But I know, just from dealing with women, because because I've seen women where I've been out with friends and we had a female friend, right, and she talked about a guy she had a crush on, and she said, let me show you all a picture of him. And my other female friend said, well, wait a minute, you know, don't show me a picture of him and expect me to think he's handsome, because I might not think he's handsome. So if you show me a picture of him, be prepared for my response. And so the other girl said, no, I got you. And when she showed her, the girl eyes bucked because he looked good. Now, what made him look good? You can tell in the picture his physique. He was muscular, and his face wasn't, she couldn't see all, dude's face was turned to the side, but you could see his body, his complexion. He's like, he had a beautiful chocolate brown complexion, and he had a nice shirt on, and he was muscular, but he wasn't too muscular. So she knew how my friend was, that she couldn't just show her any old dude. And so women kind of generally know that while we all have different tastes in how in a guy, you know, one woman might like a guy who wears dress, one might like a guy who's bald with a beard, one woman might prefer men with a low haircut. You know, it's just different. Some women like guys based upon complexion, which I think is silly, but whatever. I don't say it's silly. I just feel like if a person's handsome, they're handsome regardless of the complexion. But some people do have a preference for that, just like we know some men have preference for certain complexions of women, right? So, but I think women, generally speaking, we know for the most part, if a guy's muscular, not too muscular, but like I said, kind of that Killmonger type size, and you show her a picture of him, she's gonna say, well, at the very least, man, his physique is banging, right? So we kind of know that. So if we show a picture of a dude to another female, we already know this dude is somebody that we know that other women probably would think is more attractive. Okay, the other level to this is that I think that women, because you wanted to know, do women thirst over men as much as men thirst over women? Okay, this is just my opinion, and women, comment below, you might disagree with me on this. I feel yes, women thirst over men, but I think women thirst over one particular guy, meanwhile men thirst over all women. So what do I mean? With women, they get, in my opinion, when they start to like a particular guy, they become emotionally attached to him. They can become kind of infatuated with him, and he's like the apple of their eye, and that's who kind of consumes their thoughts. And so he's like their ideal guy, because like I said, some women can be pretty picky, and so once they do find a guy that fits everything they're looking for, or at the very least just looks the way they want him to, she can tend to get really into him and obsessive, right? So the thing about it is she would thirst over him. That's why she's sitting there talking to her friends about him nonstop. And the thing about a woman, like, and see, with women, when they thirst over a guy, it's more than just how he looks. See, it's beyond his physical. Okay, it's his physical appearance, and it's also everything else about him. So a woman would thirst over literally a guy's conversation. She would thirst over just how he treats her. And let me give you an example. One of my friends, we hung out, and she was talking to my boyfriend the whole time. Well, excuse me, her friends with benefits, okay, dude that she's messing around with. And during the conversation, she already told me that they were having sex a lot. Now, another thing too with women, when they're thirsting over a guy, if this woman has a moderate to low sex drive, I've noticed she don't go into details about the sex act. She'll say something like, "Oh yeah, we were in here doing it, girl," and that's as far as she goes. You would have to ask her, "Okay, what y'all do sexually?" Now, the women that I've known that had a really high sex drive, they go into details. Yeah, I sucked him off. Yeah, he did this. And they get excited about talking about the sex act just like men do. Because you notice men like to get graphic. "Oh yeah, she gave me head. We did, X, Y, and Z." They like to get graphic. Women with a moderate to low sex drive, the friends I've had, they don't go into details about the sex act. And the female friends I've had who had a really high sex drive, they go into details. "Girl, I did this to him and that." So keep that in mind. So this particular friend I got, I think her sex drive is maybe moderate. And men have to understand, just because a woman is all over her dude and want to have sex with him all the time does not mean she has naturally a high sex drive. Men get this twisted. Okay, because if she had a super high sex drive, it would probably be difficult for her to just sleep with him. Like you men be, how y'all want to sleep with everybody. When a woman has a moderate to low sex drive, it's like she can wait out for the guy she really wants, and then she just have sex with him all the time. I think you follow what I'm saying. So this particular female, she was bragging about his conversation. Yes, after she got done talking about he was, tall with dreads and all that. She's like, he's 6'6" with dreads. She started telling me about how they have great conversations and how they could talk about any topic and how she loves talking to him and how he's a homebody. Okay, so and then as far as the sex, she did say, yeah, we be in here getting in, but she didn't go into like graphic details. So yes, women thirst over normally a particular guy, the guy they're into, the guy they have a crush with, or their boyfriend or husband. They'll talk about that person nonstop. They'll tell you what they cooked for him, what his, what he likes for breakfast, his likes and dislikes, because they're thirsty over him. They really like him. Now, flip it over to men. To me, it's just my opinion from what I've noticed about men. They thirst over women in general. Yeah, they might have their wife or girlfriend or a woman they have a crush on that they're really feeling. But like you just said in the email, if it's a group of guys and they see attractive female, they're all drooling all over her. And they damn near forget about the woman they got at home. I'm not saying, I don't know. That's what it seems like. It just seems like, with men, they could be into a woman, but once they go outside and they see other women, they get caught up in a moment and they will try to sleep with these women, and they know they got a woman at home, but it's just like the woman in front of them is sexy and they're gonna go in for the kill. That's what it seems like. So in my opinion, men thirst over just women overall, because I think in a man's mind they feel all women are the same. They all got the same body parts. The sex might be different with different women, but at the same time it's kind of they all just got a vagina. It don't feel that much different. Well, I've heard men say that yes, sex with different women definitely feels different because it's a different vagina, but generally speaking, they don't feel that different. So I really feel with men, they just be thirsty over women. That's why they can sleep with women who are not that attractive, some that are real attractive, some who are moderately attractive, some who are, as they say, below average, because it's just all these women have a vagina and they just look at it as getting off and getting it in. Women, on the other hand, while they like sex too, it's to a different level. I don't feel their sex drive is not as high as the average dude. So it takes, in order for them to want to be all over dude sexually, they have to really like how he look and like his personality and hope that he got it going on financially. Like he has to bring a lot more to the table for her to want to be all over him. And once she thinks she has found that guy, then that's when she starts, as you say, being thirsty and constantly talking about him. And like I said, with women, they don't just brag about how the guy looks. Oh no, they brag about what he likes for supper, what he likes for breakfast, what he do for a living. They'll talk about his, like I said with my friend, she was talking about how she could talk to him about anything, and they talk about conspiracy theories, and she was just telling me how they're at her home all the time, just going back and forth, having debates, and like she literally was getting turned on talking about it to me. Like that was exciting to her. How many men do you know get excited talking about the debates that them and their girlfriends have? How many men do you know sit there and brag to their male friends about how their girlfriend is so smart and she's into political issues and she could talk about any topic and he loves talking to her? No, most men are going to talk about, I got this fine chick, she got a beautiful body, and she's freaky, and this is the freaky stuff she be doing. That's as far as it goes with most men, in my opinion. That's what I have known. That's what they brag about. They can like other things about her, but the two main things they're looking for is how she looks and how she performs in that bedroom. Okay, well, women are looking for way more. They like a guy who talks, who communicates, and who looks good, and who's financially stable. Now, you got to have 2 out of 3. So like with my friend, the dude that she was talking about, he was not financially stable, but he had a personality and she really liked how he looked. And I'm assuming sex was good. So that's all she needed. She was completely sprung and she was thirsty over him. Women seem to get thirsty over one guy, over the particular guy they're into. Men tend to get thirsty over all women. They just chase women like they just any woman to do. And they're not necessarily trying to settle down with all these different women. It's just they're just trying to have sex with them. Okay, so let me get back to what I was saying in the beginning. Yes, women gossip about a guy's physical appearance. Y-E-S, yes. Okay, yeah, they do. I'm trying to think of some other examples of that. I mean, yeah, it's natural. Like, now they might not do it to the extent that guys do, because women do have different tastes in men. But like I said, if the guy is tall, muscular, not too muscular, but muscular with a so-called cute face, a balanced face, however you want to say it, then most likely most of the women that see him can kind of agree that, oh, he looks good, and they all say, oh yeah, he's sexy. Women do this all the time. I'm not saying they're sitting there talking about him for hours and getting graphic. Now, this is my question to men. When group of men see an attractive woman, are you thinking about, this is probably a stupid question, I know you're thinking about sex, but do you all actually mention sex? Like, do you see an attractive woman and say, oh man, I love to screw her, I love to have her bent over? Is that what you guys talk about? Because when women, on the contrary, when a woman is an attractive guy, it's more so like she'll show a picture of him and say, he's cute, isn't he? And the other girl like, girl, he look good. And that's as far as it kind of goes. Unless the woman is like, you might run into a woman that say, man, I'm gonna sleep with him. And the women I have ran into that said they was gonna sleep with a dude, those usually the women that had a really high sex drive, and they literally went up to the dude. And I know a girl who was at a party, and at her friend's party, and she called a friend over. She said, you see that guy right there? I'm gonna sleep with him tonight. She said that, and the girl said, that's my uncle. She said, I don't care, I'm gonna have sex with him tonight. She went up to him, took him in the bathroom. They had intercourse in the bathroom, and they ended up being together like 6 years after that, and she had 2 kids by him. So the women I know that have a really high sex drive, they don't just talk about, they be about it. They'll just, go up to the dude and just go and get down with him. Now the other women, the women with the moderate to low sex drive, which is a decent amount of women, I will say, if they see an attractive guy, in their mind, they might be thinking about sex, but in the moment, it's more so, man, he looks good. It's kind of on a surface level. It's like, he look good. Her mind might haven't went to sex, and if it did, she's probably not going to say anything to the group of women. So if the group of women are at a lounge or a bar and they see an attractive guy, hell yeah, they're like, girl, he look good. And they'll point and look, or they'll try to make it like if he looks at them, they'll turn away, make it seem like they weren't looking at him. Women do this. Yeah, women gossip about dude's physical, but he has to look good though. That's the thing. Like you said, every woman doesn't agree on what's attractive for the most part, but it is one body type and look that most women will say, that is handsome. Like I said, if he's tall with that Killmonger body, I'm not going to say all heterosexual women like that. I am going to say a significant amount, regardless of the race, finds that physique and that height attractive. And he happens to have a handsome face too. So I'm just saying. So if a woman shows another woman a picture of Killmonger off of Black Panther with his shirt off and all that, she's probably gonna say, damn, yeah, like, that's nice right there. You know, now her mind might not go straight to sex. Like, in a moment, it might. I don't know. Every woman's different, but her mind is just, oh man, he looks good. Had a real nice body. I want to hang out with him. That's for the moderate to low sex drive chick. She's it's kind of, the sex is kind of back of her mind. She's like, man, I want to kick it with him because, like I said, with women, they want to like how you look and your personality. So in her mind, if she sees a really handsome guy, man, he looks good, man, I want to hang out, I want to talk to him, I want to see what his personality's like. Then once she gets to know him, then she's gonna want to jump his bones if she likes his personality too, right? With the woman with the real high sex drive, she's like a dude, like in a sense where she don't have to like his personality. He just got to be down to sleep with her, and she's just in it to get laid. She's not thinking like about a future with him or a relationship, or is he a great guy, what he does for a living. She's just trying to get laid. Okay, so she's not thinking past that. So yeah, to answer your question, let me reiterate. Do women gossip about men's physical appearance, or do they thirst over men? Yeah. I've noticed most women, I don't say most because I don't want to talk for all women, but a significant amount of women I've noticed thirst over one particular guy, meaning their boyfriend, their husband, or a guy they have a crush on. A guy that's the apple of their eye. They will talk about him nonstop. They get obsessed with him. With men, to me, it seems like they thirst over all women. Just, any woman. She got a big booty, she kind of cute. They own all of them. Okay. With females, if they're out in a group and attractive guys at their job, or, oh, that sounds weird. If they're out in a group at a bar or lounge and there's an attractive guy walk past, one girl probably hit the other girl and say, oh, look at that right there. Okay, he look good, don't he? Okay, and they all say, okay, yeah. One might say, nah, he's not cute to me. Another one might say, yeah. But if he's tall and muscular, they can at least agree. If all of them don't like his facial features or the way he wears his hair, they would just at least agree, well, he got a nice body. They probably say something like that. If it's a guy they work with or whatever, they probably say, oh, ain't he cute? So-and-so that works over in that office. They do talk about guys' physical appearance. Yes. I don't know why. I guess men feel women don't. And I think men feel like we don't because sometimes, a lot of times, most of the time, women don't approach men. So I think men feel like women are not paying them any attention, or no, it's not that. They talk about y'all. If you look good, and you walk in the room, and yeah, and don't come in there with your shirt off and you got a nice body. Trust me, they're discussing you. Okay. So hope that cleared up everything. Anyone who disagrees with me or you got a different viewpoint, comment below. I can't speak for every woman. I'm just speaking based upon my experiences, being around other women, seeing how they react to dudes, so comment below.